I think I messed up. I thought honey came from a jar. Let's find out where it really comes from. First, our story starts with the worker bees. They zoom out to flowers and sip up nectar with their tiny tongues. Think of it like a bee's version of a juice box. Next, they store the nectar in their special honey stomachs. Yep, bees have two stomachs, one for food and one for honey-making magic. Once they're back at the hive, they pass the nectar to other bees, who chew it for a while. Sounds weird, right? But this chewing breaks down the nectar into simpler sugars. Finally, the bees spread the nectar into honeycomb cells and fan it with their wings to dry it out. It's like a bee-tastic fan club. When it's just right, they seal it with wax and voila, you've got honey, sweet, sticky, and oh so yummy. So next time you drizzle honey on your toast, remember the amazing bee team that made it happen. Let's dive deeper into the life of a worker bee. Worker bees are female and they do all the work in the hive. They clean, feed the larvae, take care of the queen, build and repair the hive, guard the hive, and collect pollen and nectar. They are truly the backbone of the bee community. Imagine a day in the life of a worker bee. From the moment they emerge from their cells, they start on their duties. First, they clean the hive, making sure everything is spotless for their fellow bees. Then they become nurses, feeding the larvae with royal jelly and ensuring the future generation of bees is well taken care of. Next, they take on the role of attendants, pampering the queen bee with food and grooming. After that, they switch to being builders, producing beeswax and constructing new honeycomb cells for storage and new baby bees. They also become guards, standing watch at the hive entrance to fend off intruders. Finally, as foragers, they venture out into the world, collecting nectar and pollen to bring back to the hive. This tireless cycle of work keeps the hive thriving and ensures the production of that delicious honey we all love. So next time you see a bee buzzing around, remember the incredible journey and hard work that goes into every drop of honey. Now, let's talk about the queen bee. The queen bee is the mother of all the bees in the hive. She can lay up to 2,000 eggs per day. The queen bee also produces pheromones that help regulate the behavior of the other bees in the hive. Without the queen, the hive would fall into chaos. She is the central figure, the one who ensures the survival and continuity of the bee colony. Her life is quite different from the worker bees. While they are tirelessly working, the queen bee's primary role is to reproduce and maintain harmony within the hive. Surrounded by her attendants, the queen is constantly groomed and fed. Her existence is pivotal for the hive's success. The pheromones she secretes are like instructions that keep the hive organized and efficient. These chemical signals can influence everything from worker bee behavior to the development of new queens. The queen bee's journey begins when she is chosen from birth to be the queen, fed exclusively on royal jelly, and nurtured to become the hive's monarch. Once she matures, she takes a nuptial flight, mating with several drones to ensure genetic diversity within the hive. After this, she returns to the hive to assume her role as the egg-laying powerhouse. In essence, the queen bee is the heart of the hive, and her presence is crucial for the colony's survival. Her ability to produce eggs and regulate the hive's activities ensures that the colony thrives and continues to produce honey. So the next time you enjoy a spoonful of honey, remember the queen bee and her vital role in the intricate world of bees. What about the drones? Drones are the male bees, and their primary role is to mate with a queen from another hive. Unlike worker bees and the queen, drones do not have stingers and do not collect nectar or pollen. Their sole purpose is to ensure the genetic diversity and continuation of the bee population. Drones are noticeably larger than worker bees and are often seen as the princes of the hive, waiting for their chance to mate. They live a relatively short life, and after mating they die, having fulfilled their sole purpose. Despite their seemingly limited role, drones are essential for the survival of the species. By mating with queens from different hives, they help to spread genetic diversity, which is crucial for the health and resilience of bee colonies. The presence of drones in a hive is a sign of a thriving and healthy colony. So, while they might not gather nectar or defend the hive, drones play a critical role in the life cycle of bees. Their contribution ensures that new queens can start their own colonies, perpetuating the cycle of life and the continuation of this fascinating species. Bees are also important pollinators. They help plants reproduce by transferring pollen from one flower to another. This process is crucial for the production of many fruits, vegetables, and nuts. Without bees, our food supply would be in serious trouble. Imagine a world without apples, strawberries, or almonds. Bees make it possible for these crops to grow by ensuring that plants can produce seeds and fruit. As they buzz from flower to flower, bees collect pollen on their bodies and inadvertently transfer it, enabling plants to fertilize and produce the next generation of crops. This natural process is not only vital for our food supply, but also for maintaining biodiversity. Many wild plants rely on bees for pollination, contributing to the health of ecosystems around the world. In fact, bees are responsible for pollinating around 75% of the world's flowering plants and about 35% of global food crops. The decline in bee populations due to habitat loss, pesticides, and climate change poses a significant threat to this delicate balance. Without bees, the variety and availability of our food would drastically diminish, impacting everything from our diet to the global economy. So, the next time you enjoy a juicy piece of fruit or a crunchy nut, remember the tiny pollinators that made it all possible. Bees, with their incredible work ethic and essential role in nature, truly are the unsung heroes of our world. Let's not forget about the threats bees face. Pesticides, habitat loss, and climate change are all major threats to bee populations. It's important to protect bees and their habitats to ensure they can continue to thrive and do their important work. Pesticides, especially neonicotinoids, have been shown to harm bees by affecting their ability to forage, navigate, and reproduce. These chemicals can be found in many agricultural and even residential areas, posing a constant threat to bee health. Habitat loss is another significant issue. As urban areas expand and agricultural practices intensify, the natural habitats that bees rely on are shrinking. This leads to a lack of forage and nesting sites, making it harder for bees to survive and reproduce. Climate change adds another layer of complexity. Changes in temperature and weather patterns can disrupt the availability of flowers and alter the timing of plant blooming. This makes it challenging for bees to find food and can lead to mismatches between bees and the plants they pollinate. But there is hope. We can all take steps to protect bees and their habitats. Planting a variety of native flowers, reducing the use of pesticides, and supporting sustainable farming practices are just a few ways we can make a difference. Creating bee-friendly spaces in our gardens and communities can provide much-needed refuge for these vital pollinators. Governments and organizations around the world are also taking action. Initiatives to ban harmful pesticides, protect natural habitats, and promote bee-friendly practices are gaining momentum. By supporting these efforts, we can help ensure that bees continue to thrive and play their crucial role in our ecosystems. Every small action counts. Whether it's planting a flower, supporting local beekeepers, or advocating for policy changes, we can all contribute to a future where bees can flourish. Together, we can make a positive impact and protect these incredible creatures for generations to come. Finally, let's learn how we can help bees. Planting bee-friendly flowers, avoiding the use of pesticides, and supporting local beekeepers are all great ways to help bees. Every little bit helps. Planting a variety of native flowers in your garden or community spaces can provide bees with the nectar and pollen they need to thrive. Flowers like lavender, sunflowers, and wildflowers are particularly beneficial. Reducing or eliminating the use of pesticides in your garden can create a safer environment for bees. Opt for organic or natural pest control methods instead, and encourage others to do the same. Supporting local beekeepers by purchasing honey and other bee products from local sources helps sustain beekeeping practices that prioritize bee health. Many local beekeepers also offer educational programs and opportunities to learn more about bees and their importance. Creating bee habitats is another impactful step. Simple actions like leaving a patch of your garden wild, building bee hotels, or providing a small water source can make a big difference. By taking these small but significant actions, we can all become bee heroes. Together, we can create a world where bees continue to thrive and contribute to the health of our planet. Let's make a commitment today to protect and support these incredible creatures. The future of our ecosystems depends on it. Please subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends to spread the word about the amazing journey of bees.